Okay, I'm out here with my voltmeter. I'm going to check the battery because my car is not starting, or it's got a weak start, or the battery dies when I leave my flashers on or the lights on for more than a few minutes. All right. Set your voltmeter. So all cars, trucks that take petroleum gas are on a 12 volt system. Diesel trucks are on a 24 volt system. They require more amperage to crank the high compression engines. So unless you have a diesel, it's a 12 volt system. Set your meter to a setting higher than 12 volts so you don't fry the electronics in your meter. So I just got it on 20 for safety. I'm going to take the leads that I've got, one black, one red, and it doesn't really matter what color lead you put on the battery post. It'll give you a reading either way. So we're showing 12.46. That's a good reading for a non-running vehicle. Anything less than 12 is bad battery. So I'm going to reverse my my leads because I told you it doesn't really matter. You're still going to get a reading. So you got 12.46, but you got the minus side in front of it this time, but you can ignore that. You're just looking at the big number, 12.46 volts. I'm going to go and start the truck up and see what we get. Okay, with the alternator in operation, I got almost 14 volts. That's a good place to be. You want it to be at least over 13. Even though it's a 12 volt system, you want more going in to keep everything running, your AC, your lights, your radio. That's the alternator. So this is checking out good. If I needed to clean my battery posts, I would get a tool like this from the auto store. There's wires, and that's the female end. There's wires. And then I can take this apart. Hold on a sec. And that's the other end that was inside the cap there. So that cap goes over on the top of that and screws on. So this tool will clean the inside of the connectors, and this will go over the post. So we'll do that real quick. Okay, I put this back together so I have something to hold on to. I'm just going to go over the post. Going to give that a twist. Do that a few times. Pull it apart to expose this end, and just going to try to do this. And this is going to go in here, and you're going to run that around and clean that off real good. When most people clean the batteries, I think they're only cleaning the posts and not getting the inside of the connectors, which is really important because it develops a film on the inside that cuts down on its ability to have a good connection. FYI, when you're tightening these nuts down on the post, don't put a lot of torque on it because you can bend this post backwards and interrupt its connection with the battery, ruining your battery. I've done it before. If you've done everything else already and you're still having trouble, if it's an older battery, over a year old, you can check the water in the cells here. I'm going to take this cap off. All right. There's your cells. Each one of them has like distilled water. If they're really low, you can see inside, you can see I've got fluid. You don't want it all the way to the top. Never fill it to the top. But if it's really low, use a syringe, add some distilled water, just bring it up a little bit at a time, and do that to both sides. Each one of these is 2 volts. There's 6 of them. That equals 12 volts. One last thing, make sure your ground, your your negative cable is grounded really well. This is my ground. And now this is just a secondary ground coming here. That's not the important one. The cable itself is right here, and it goes down into the engine block where it's bolted up really tight. Check the ends of your grounds, unbolt them from the block, clean the connections, and make sure they're bolted back on really tight. Because if you have a bad ground, well, go back and listen to Spencer's story.